Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We hope you had a pleasant flight. We're now approaching San Francisco International Airport and expect to land in approximately 30 minutes around 11:30 a.m. local time. The weather in San Francisco is currently clear with a temperature of 17 degrees Celsius. Thank you for flying with Asiana Airlines, a proud member of Star Alliance. We hope you enjoy your stay in San Francisco and look forward to welcoming you aboard again in the future. The flight is being operated by a crew of 4 pilots. The captain, Lee Kang-kook, is in training on the Boeing 777. While he has accumulated 9,700 flight hours overall, he has only logged 43 hours on this specific aircraft type. He is the designated pilot flying for this leg of the journey. Assisting him is First Officer Lee Jong-min, an experienced instructor pilot with over 12,000 flight hours who is responsible for monitoring the approach and landing. Additionally, a relief captain and a relief first officer are present. They took control during the cruise phase of the flight, following standard procedure for long-haul journeys to ensure the primary flight crew is well rested for the critical approach and landing phases. However, on this particular day, the glide slope for runway 28L is out of service. This means the pilots must manually manage the descent without automated assistance, adding complexity to the approach. While the localizer is still functioning, allowing lateral alignment, the crew must carefully control the vertical descent angle without the usual automation. Captain Lee, the pilot flying, has limited experience with the Boeing 777 and has never manually landed this aircraft type without the ILS. This is also his first attempt at a visual approach to San Francisco International Airport. Despite feeling uneasy about the situation, he does not vocalize his concerns, possibly due to hierarchical cockpit culture, where questioning authority may be discouraged. At 11:12 a.m., 15 minutes before landing, the relief first officer returns to the cockpit, taking his seat behind the captain and first officer. The crew has already completed the descent checklist. At 11:21 a.m., air traffic control asks if they have the airport in sight. First Officer Lee confirms they do, and they are cleared for a visual approach. The aircraft is descending through 6,300 feet at a speed of approximately 211 knots, with landing gear and flaps still up. The autopilot is engaged in flight level change mode, which maintains a selected airspeed by adjusting the aircraft's pitch. Meanwhile, the autothrottle is in hold mode, meaning engine thrust will remain at its current setting unless manually adjusted by the pilots. At 11:26 a.m., the aircraft is 2.9 miles from the runway. The crew should see the precision approach path indicator lights, which help determine their altitude relative to the glide path. However, they do not immediately react. The aircraft continues descending through 1,500 feet with an airspeed of 165 knots. The Popeye lights indicate they are too high. As they descend below 1,000 feet, the aircraft speed is dangerously low. At 500 feet, the approach is unstable, meaning a go-around should be initiated. However, the crew does not take this action, perhaps assuming they can correct the deviations. At 200 feet, the airspeed drops to 122 knots. The aircraft is sinking fast. At 100 feet, the stick shaker activates, a warning that the aircraft is approaching a stall. The pilot monitoring calls out that they are too low, and the first officer pushes the throttles forward in an attempt to go around. However, with the engines at idle, they do not respond quickly enough. At 11:27 a.m., the aircraft's main landing gear and tail strike the seawall just short of the runway, causing the plane to spin and break apart. Miraculously, most passengers survive, but 3 fatalities occur and many suffer injuries. In the aftermath, investigations reveal several contributing factors, including pilot fatigue, lack of experience with manual landings on the Boeing 777, mismanagement of automation, and failure to recognize the need for a go-around. This incident serves as a crucial lesson for the aviation industry on training cockpit communication and reliance on automation. The crash of Asiana Airlines Flight 214 underscores the importance of situational awareness and the ability to make critical decisions under pressure. While modern aircraft are equipped with sophisticated automation, pilots must always be prepared to take manual control and react swiftly to unforeseen challenges. This incident led to changes in pilot training, emphasizing manual flying skills and decision-making under stress, ultimately contributing to safer skies for all.